Salute, salute, salute. Let's talk about it. Salute, salute, everyone pulling up. You guys, it is a sad Monday night. Had about a day, probably. We had a day to really digest this loss against the Bears. And this was not by any means a really good game by all around. This was not a good game. We literally wasted our time, you guys, watching a dumpster fire out there. Like, let's be honest. And sorry, you guys, I gotta plug in my. I don't know what's going on with my laptop. It's not. There we go. Okay, now it's charging. Sorry, you guys had to get my laptop charging up here. But like I was saying, it was an ugly game. Like, I was watching it, and I'm just like, okay, like, defense gets a 3-and-out, but then the offense goes out there, and we miss a field goal on the first drive, and then from there, it just seems that the Raiders had no momentum whatsoever going into left in the tank going into the rest of the game. After that point, the Bears did exactly what they needed to do. You're going to run the football. You're going to get the pressure off of your rookie. And so he doesn't have to, make all those big plays, make all the throws. All he has to do is really check down the football, throw about, 3-4 yard passes. But the main thing is you're going to run the football. You're going to run it down the opposing defense's throats. And that is exactly what the Bears did. And the Raiders could not stop it. And then on the flip side of that, the Raiders offense, again, could not get anything going. The Raiders only scored 6 points going into the fourth quarter. And then we got garbage time points from Aiden O'Connell with the touchdown at the end. And your final score, you guys, the Raiders lose 30-12. Shout out to everyone that is coming in right now. Please, you guys, hit that subscribe button. We are over 400. Road to 500 starts today. And hit that like on the way in and hit that bell so you guys do not miss any future lives. And this one, the Raiders are going to get fried right now. And there's a lot of news coming out. Shout out to Mitch Lorenz of the Raiders report on Chat Sports. Josh McDaniels may have lost his locker room, you guys, and it's probably been for a while. I think now with this loss, players are just done. Players are done, and now McDaniels, like, people want him gone. Not just fans, even players. Salute to Sean Johnson in the building. We got AP12 in the building. Sean says multiple reports from a good source today, like you heard. Too many players have no interest in playing for this coach no more. And Sean, we are going to talk about it today. I'm waiting for my primo Nate to pop up. I want to talk about it with him. I forgot my brother Big Mike is on vacation. But hopefully maybe come in the coming weeks when he comes back, maybe we can get something with Big Mike going. Because yes, you guys, this regime is so far, we are 3-4, but we feel like, we only won one game on the season. I don't know about you guys. Yesterday's feeling, let me be transparent with you guys. I shut the game off. After Brian Hoyer threw his second interception, I shut the game off. I turned the game. I was watching Red Zone on on my laptop. I turned my laptop off. I turned everything off. I was done with football yesterday, you guys, and I was heartbroken because I don't know why the Raiders always do this to it. Like, the Raiders always do this to us. They reel us in. They get a couple of wins against bad teams. And then you think they got a team, you're going against a team that they should possibly beat. People are now buying in. NFL is picking them to win. People are buying into the Raiders, but also because the Bears were hurt up and down that roster, starting a backup quarterback, starting the third and fourth string running backs, a free agent running back I think they brought in, and then we just go out there and we shit the bed. Total, like, for the entire game, you guys. It's not even like this game, like they fought. They didn't even fight. They didn't even fight. They got their asses whooped and they did nothing about it. They did nothing about it, from the coaching to the players. You guys were getting your asses handed to you guys, and you guys did nothing about it but just sit there and you took it. For the defense, you guys were getting the running a game rushed down your throats. Patrick Graham, you need to call a better game. You didn't adjust at all. You didn't adjust at all. They were running down your throat the entire game, and you did nothing to stop it. And hold on, you guys, I gotta get my cord in because I don't know what's going on with my internet. We've been having some internet issues as of late, you guys. And I don't know. Hold on. I got a message from Primo Nate. Hold on. He's over there watching the Monday night game. Man, forget the Niners, bro. But Sean, the players look like they didn't want to play out there. And can you blame them? Can you blame them? Like, with it, let's rewind to the beginning of the week. And again, you guys, I'm sorry for my quality, but we are not ending this. I hope my audio is still good. I know the video may be a little choppy because, like I said, I don't know what is going on with the internet, you guys. I apologize. I've tried. I may need to call a cable guy or something, but I don't know what is going on with the internet, you guys. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm actually gonna just tell my girlfriend just take the cord out. And look, now I don't want to work. But you guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I want to have this platform be for Raider Nation. I want you guys in the chat. Tell me how you guys were feeling while watching that game. Because I don't know what made me glue my eyes to continue watching that game. I think I really truly believe by halftime, I'm like, you know what? We're down 14-3. We could come back from this. We can. Like, we just got to make adjustments. We can come back from this. They come out in the third quarter and they play the exact same way. Exact same way. And that's the frustrating part. We're seeing the same thing week in and week out. And I'm tired of hearing Josh McDaniels up there on the presser saying, we got to figure it out. We got to do better. We got to practice harder. Bro, you're saying that to us, and we're seeing the same exact thing week in and week out. Nothing is changing with this offense. This offense, and just like the thumbnail, just field goals, baby. Because please explain to me how this makes sense. You go for it on fourth down in the red zone, and you get this fourth down because you want to score a touchdown. And then you kick a field goal from the 4-yard line instead of going for it. Yes, I get it. We need points. But at that point in the game, you have 1 quarter to score 3 touchdowns at that point, McDaniels. And you want to settle for a field goal as if you're not playing the catch-up game. Like, I don't understand it. I really, truly do not understand it. I don't understand the coaching decisions he's making. Like, and you guys know me. I tried. Me and Nate have tried to back up Ziegler, back up McDaniels, try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But the coaching decisions that he is making, I cannot support that. Like, you're telling me you want to win, but you're throwing a guy who's 0-12 in the past 6 years out there to start? Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. And there's not one person that supports McDaniels that can make that make sense to me. Anthony Estrada says, Yo, salute to my guy Raiders Primos. Honestly, what in the world is that? I don't know, Anthony. I don't know what we seen. I really don't know what we seen yesterday. And it was horrible to watch. And again, I don't know what made me glue my eyes, continue watching that game. AP, I'm nervous too, man. I'm nervous too. I'm nervous too. And bro, hold on. I want to see how, bro. This quality is probably bad, you guys. And my apologies, because this is not like you guys know me. This is not how I want our shows to go. This is not how I want our shows to go. And YouTube just like switched it. Bro, what the hell is this, bro? I don't know, man. Hold on, you guys. Give me a sec because this is weird. Oh, okay, there we go. Because I'm trying to see how the quality. Okay, the quality is kind of the internet's kind of checking out. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. My internet's being the Raiders right now. My Wi-Fi is being the Las Vegas Raiders right now. It's being trash. It's being trash right now. It's being trash. And that's good. It's in and out, Kingdom. It's in and out. It's like sometimes it wants to act up and then sometimes it doesn't. Bear with me, you guys. Because right now my internet is trash, but I gotta talk. I gotta talk because what I seen yesterday was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. And I'm hoping we can get. Hold on, man. I gotta text my primo Nate because we gotta get him in on this. I can't be doing this by myself because if I do this by myself, bro, it's gonna be ugly. I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling him he gotta get on before I lose my mind because I am because I'm thinking about the game. And like I said, let's rewind to the beginning of the week. Josh McDaniels announces that Brian Hoyer is the starter. You want to tell me, and you're trying to convince the locker room you want to win, but you're sending a quarterback out there who's 0-12 in his last 12 starts since 2016. Instead of starting a rookie, and I get it, he's a rookie. Aiden O'Connell's a rookie. He didn't have a good debut against the Chargers, but he's the future. You got to get him all the time, game reps you can get him so you can see where his development going to be at. And can you develop him into becoming the future? But McDaniels, you don't even give the guy a shot. And then you wait till 5 minutes to pull Hoyer and give Aiden only 5 minutes to prove himself. You only give him 5 minutes. Hey, Aiden, show me what you got. And you know what's crazy, McDaniels? Aiden played better in 5 minutes than Hoyer played in 55 minutes. Let that sink in. And you want to prove to Raider Nation, you want to prove to the locker room that you want to win, but you trot out a guy who hasn't won in the past 6 years. You're going to lose the locker room like that. That's why it doesn't surprise me that he's already lost the locker room. And we've said it time and time again how predictable this offense is. And I don't know how many times week in and week out, McDaniels has to hear opposing teams are calling out his plays. And these aren't coaches, you guys. These are players calling out his plays. These are players. The Bears, once again, are doing exactly what the Steelers did, teams did last year, calling out our offensive plays before we even run them. They know what's coming. And I know we can hold the players accountable. Josh Jacobs, he's not running the football well. The offensive line, they're not opening up running lanes. They're not holding up in the pass protection, even though I believe yesterday they held up pretty well in the pass protection. Wide receivers are dropping, passes. Defense, like I said, they're not run defending. There's other blame that can go on, but McDaniels, it started with you by making the decision you're going to start Brian Hoyer over Aiden O'Connell. That's where it started. And you sucked the life out of this locker room before they stepped foot on the field in Chicago. And I don't know where the blame also Mark Davis. The blame goes to you too. Because aren't you tired, Mark Davis, of being the laughingstock of the NFL? When are you going to be tired of being the laughingstock of the NFL? You go like the pressure's on you, Mark Davis. That is what this move to Vegas did to the Raiders. It put pressure on the Raiders, and you're not even taking it seriously as it seems. You're telling fans to smarten up. And I'm not gonna say those fans were in the right to get, try to make themselves heard in front of Mark Davis. I get it, we're frustrated. There's a better way to go about this. But you're telling us fans to smarten up. Mark Davis, you got all the money in the world to go see this team play when us fans have to spend like our hard-earned cash, close to $2,000 for me. And I'm glad I didn't spend $2,000 to go make a trip to Vegas to go see that shit show of a offense of a team that you're gonna put out there on the field. F that. I'm gonna go to Vegas and have me a good time instead of going on a Sunday, go to Allegiant Stadium just to watch trash on the field. If I want to do that, I go see the Oakland A's. I could go see them for $10. No shade of the Oakland A's fans, and if anybody doesn't know, I'm a Red Sox fan. That's why I wish Nate was here because he would have gotten to his feelings. But if I wanted to go see trash on the field, I go see the Oakland A's. If I wanted to see trash on the field, I literally dump trash onto like a park, and I just stare at that instead of paying harder money going to see the Raiders play a football game. Because right now it don't look like they want to play football. And a lot of those guys have checked out on this regime. And the thing is, I've checked out on McDaniels, not Ziegler. I'll make that clear right now. I checked out on McDaniels, not Ziegler. The thing is that with Dave Ziegler, the draft class that he's brought in and the guys that he's brought in, he's given us so far a top 20 defense. And these are guys he's brought in. And then with the draft class, you guys, it's not his fault. McDaniels is underutilizing his draft class. And Sean Johnson, shout out to you. He said, I see you saw the latest Instagram message I sent you. McDummy is blocking player development and rather play veterans over rookies and keep putting them inactive. If you realize Dave Ziegler is distant. Sean Johnson, it's funny because me and Van City were actually talking about that. And again, you guys, thank you to the 9 people in the chat. Thank you guys for rocking with me in my Las Vegas Raiders internet. Right now, that is what the internet is going to be called. It is the Las Vegas Raiders internet because just like the Las Vegas Raiders, the internet is trash. The Raiders are trash. So thank you guys for rocking with me. I hope my audio isn't choppy, at least that you guys can still hear me. Let me get more into these comments. That Raiders fan, he says the Raiders are a joke. I'm a fan, but this organization drives me crazy. That Raiders fan, you're not alone, brother. You're not alone. Here's an interesting take. Is it Patrick Graham this past game, or has the entire team offensively and defensively checked out? We have the talent, but they are not motivated for this coach. And Sean, that could be because Marcus Peters ain't even out there wanting to tackle people. He's literally just letting people run right by him. And it seemed like nobody showed up yesterday to tackle. And hold up, bro. I'm going to figure out what this internet, because I'm not going to lie, you guys. It is low-key pissing me off. Give me a sec, you guys. Trying to fix their internet, you guys. I'm trying to fix the internet just so it stops bugging. Give me a sec, you guys. And I feel like Nate don't want to come on because he knows I'm also going to clown him for whooping that ass in fantasy. Come on, Nate. Come on. I need you to hold that L for me loud and proud. All that shit you was talking throughout the week. At least let me know if you're joining or not, though. Yeah, let me put this back in. Because the internet is very choppy. Okay. Hopefully this works. AP says Josh McDaniels looks like Kevin James. He looks like a skinnier version of Kevin James. He said, I'm going to lose my. Nate said he's going to lose his mind if he comes on. I don't blame him. AP says, the good thing is we are a game closer from a douchebag being fired. And you know what's crazy, AP? That's the best case scenario of losing these games. Is McDaniels could get fired. But the thing is, AP, we got to be honest with ourselves, you guys. If McDaniels gets fired, this sets this team back still. Because then you're going to go get another coach. He's going to probably release this coaching staff, release some players. And then he's going to bring in his guys. That, like, it's not just McDaniels, you guys. Like, you guys got to remember, it's not just McDaniels. Like, Gruden did it. Del Rio did it. Like, that is just part of the NFL coaching tree that you guys, I want to go get my guys. I want to go get my staff. I want to go get my players. That is what it is going to bring. So we're going to probably have to eat 2 more seasons, AP. We're probably going to have to eat 2 more seasons of losing while this team, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you know what? I say that, right? I say that, AP, and I'm like, what if that's the case with the McDaniels? That, you know what? He has to build this team, and we're just having to eat these 2 seasons, and they're going to be losing seasons, but it's to go get maybe his quarterback that he needs. Go get some more offensive linemen. Go get his running back, because I'm telling you, Jacobs is playing like he don't want to get paid. But the thing is, people like, here's what changes my viewpoint on that is the reports that are coming out that the players don't even want to play for him. That the locker room, that he lost the locker room. And then if you guys watch his presser today, it was the same bullshit that that we always hear. Same bullshit. And I turned it off. And then he wants to go say that reason why he didn't start Aiden is because it's not preseason. Bro, you start Aiden to see where you are in the development. It is not just about the Chicago Bears. It is for the future of the Las Vegas Raiders if Aiden O'Connell is going to be that guy or he's not going to be that guy. Because I do say, even if O'Connell was that guy, you still go draft a quarterback in next year's draft. But you got to see where Aiden O'Connell is, because if you're not going to see where Aiden O'Connell is in development, if you're not even going to give him a shot, then Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels, that is a waste of a 4th-round pick. And I feel bad for Aiden O'Connell because he may never get the shot. He may never get the shot to prove that he could be a starter in this league. And it's going to be because of McDaniels' ego. I said whether Aiden O'Connell was ready or not, you put him against the Chicago Bears. Because he wasn't ready. You went to get Jimmy G to start. You have Brian Hoyer as the backup, and then you have Aiden O'Connell as the emergency quarterback. You are doing Aiden O'Connell a disservice by A, having him as the emergency quarterback, and then B, not even playing him when you need to see where if he can develop. Did he learn his lesson from that Chargers game? Josh McDaniels, the decision you made leading up to the Bears game makes no sense. Because if I'm Mark Davis, you cannot sell to me you want to win, but choose Brian Hoyer over Aiden O'Connell to start. You can't. You can't. Mark Davis is too busy celebrating WNBA Las Vegas Aces parade, smiling and laughing. I saw that today. I saw that too, Sean. And I'm telling you, he cares more about the aces, cares more about who does he have sitting next to him at a Raiders game. He cares more about going out in the nightlife rather than focusing on why your team is an embarrassment to your father, and this team is an embarrassment to the NFL, and it's an embarrassment to be a fan of this team. And I would love this team. I will rep this team 24/7. But all of the 31 other teams are looking at us and they're laughing at us. And nation, answer me this. Are you guys tired? Let me know in the comments. Are you guys tired of being a laughingstock of the league? Are you guys exhausted of 20 plus years of losing? 20 plus years of shit show on the field. Having our Sundays ruined, our weekends ruined. Because I don't know about you, losses piss me off. The Raiders determine my mood. And yes, y'all can look at me like I'm crazy, but the Raiders do determine my mood. They determine if I'm happy. They determine if I'm pissed. Because I love this team. I love the Raiders. All I talk about is the Raiders. The Raiders are my life. I have my girlfriend telling me that I need to buy other stuff than Raider gear because that's all my closet's full of is Raider gear, is Raider shit, Raider shirts, Raider pants, Raider socks, Raiders hats. That's all that my life is about is the Raiders. I love the Raiders. And it pisses me off that I get hyped for an offseason and I buy into that hype. I buy into the Kool-Aid. And I'm sorry, Raider Nation, because I told you guys maybe y'all should drink that Kool-Aid. We all drink that Kool-Aid. And now we're throwing that Kool-Aid back up. AJ says the locker room is lost at this point. AJ, it is. It is. If you guys have not checked out Mitchell Renz' live or video, he's talked to numerous players, anonymous Raiders players, and they basically checked out. They're out, AJ. They want McDaniels out of here. They want McDaniels fired. He's lost the locker room. Let me ask you guys this. Have you guys ever heard any of the Raiders players said, I like playing for McDaniels. I love playing for Josh McDaniels. I will run through a wall for Josh McDaniels. Not one guy has said that. Not one player. The only thing good I heard about Josh McDaniels, and the only good thing he did was he released our former quarterback, and the only thing that was said was from Tom Brady, and Tom Brady said, Josh McDaniels is one of the smartest offensive coaches in the league. Tom Brady, you are full of shit, and you know it. You know the New England Patriots would be nothing without you. But you're humble, and I know you want to give credit, to your coaches, to your teammates. You're a humble guy. But Tom Brady, respectfully, you are the GOAT. And what Bill Belichick and the Josh McDaniels got going on right now is proven that they couldn't do shit without you. They couldn't do shit without you, Tom Brady. Because Josh McDaniels, Brady, you won him those Super Bowls. Brady, for Bill Belichick, you won him those Super Bowls. And because of those Super Bowl wins, Tom Brady, Josh McDaniels has an ego that he's the one that won these Super Bowls, that he's the one that made you, and that he can make Brian Hoyer go out there and ball out against the Chicago Bears. That's how big his ego is. AJ says, I can't wrap my mind around the fact that we lost to a Division II quarterback. Shaking my effing head. And you know what's crazy, AJ? We didn't lose to him. Because, bro, guys, look at his stats. His stats aren't going to pop you off. Tyson Bagnet, 21 for 29, 162 yards, 5.6 average per passing yard, 1 touchdown, 1 sack, had a quarterback rating of 70.1, passer rating of 97.2. He did have 3 carries for 24 yards. He didn't do nothing. But you know what did do something? Chicago's rushing attack. 38 carries, 173 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Patrick Graham didn't do anything to adjust to the rushing attack from Chicago. And the thing is, Chicago did exactly what you do. You run the football to get pressure off the rookie quarterback. Patrick Graham, it felt like he was running the same defense and was like, hey, hopefully, it just turns around. Hopefully it just turns around. No, it didn't. And this is the guy that Josh McDaniels decided to trot out there. Brian Hoyer, 17 for 32, 129 yards, 4 yards per attempt, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 sack, quarterback rating of 46.6, passer rating of 37.1, and Aiden O'Connell in 5 minutes, you guys, had 10 for 13, 75 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, no sacks, QB rating of 42, passer rating of 83.8. And Josh Jacobs, I want you gone after this season. 11 carries, 35 yards, 3.2 average, no touchdowns. Longest of the day was 11 yards on the day. And that 11 yards was the longest rush of the Raiders the entire day. Josh Jacobs, I want you gone after this season. No ifs, no buts. No, hey, I rushed for 1,600 yards. No, gone. I do not want you in a Raider uniform next season. I don't. You can leave with McDaniels also. Because how dare you go and put the Raiders in a bind, making like they're going to pay me a long-term deal, and you're going to go out and play like that? You are not playing like you want to get paid, Jacobs. You are paying like Darren McFadden. Not being able to jump cut. Not able to cut up, truck people over. Like, you got strength for what? For what? You play running back for what? You can leave with McDaniels. Van City. And I look at it like this. These moves were Spillane, Epps, Butler, Peters, and Jenkins, all in which have been playing very well. Minus Peters, Van City, yesterday. Hoyer and Garoppolo stink of McDaniels' moves. You're speaking truth, Van City. Guys, voice your opinion. This is your show. Go in the chat. Let me know how you feel, man. Let me know how you feel. Raider Rob. Marcus Peters is terrible. Dude doesn't even want to tackle. Run game is terrible, and we can't stop the run. It's so bad for Josh McDaniels that the Raiders are turning off comments on social media. I didn't even see that, Sean. Hey, I don't know if you guys heard. Graf said, you know what we need to do? We need to start unfollowing the Raiders on all social media platforms. That's why I didn't see it, Sean. I unfollowed the Raiders on Instagram. I'm going to love them from afar. I'm going to watch their games on Sunday. I'm going to come on here. We're going to talk about it. But my social media, no. I'm going to follow Raider Nation. That's who I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow people who actually give a fuck about the Raiders. At least in the past, losing and his team being bad made sense. This shit with all the talent is inexcusable. Raider Rob, McDaniels would ruin another rookie quarterback. 5 quarterbacks under this whack-ass scheme, and the results are still the same. With this stale offense, all that money spent to be that terrible. 3 points in the first half is pathetic. And that's why the thumbnail is just 3, baby. Because it seems like that's all Josh McDaniels cares about. Just 3. Just 3 points. I'm tired, bro. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting tired of seeing the number 3 on the scoreboard. Like for us. I'm tired of it. And I'm no shade of Daniel Carlson. I'm tired of seeing your face. No shade of Carlson. Nothing personal. I'm tired of seeing his face. I'm tired of seeing Daniel Carlson's face when we're in the red zone or we're in scoring position. I am tired of seeing our special teams unit out there when we're in scoring position. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Is Marcus Peters terrible, or is Marcus Peters being Marcus Peters and not playing for McDaniels? And I think, Van City, that could be the case. But either way, you're out there playing football. Play your heart out. Play your heart out. And maybe he's checked out, Van City. Maybe he's checked out. But, I mean, good thing he's on a one-year deal, you guys. And Raider Lux, I hear you. Ziegler is asked, but the thing is, can we really evaluate this draft class? Is it Ziegler's fault that McDaniels is sitting Amari Burney, is sitting Nesta J. Silvera, is sitting Chris Smith, healthy scratches? And then when he doesn't sit them, he doesn't play them. So is it and like Van City said, so far Ziegler's pickups, Robert Spillane balling out, Marcus Epps balling out, Jenkins balling, like, he's getting ballers, Raider Lux. That's why I would give Ziegler one more season and let him work with a different head coach who knows how to utilize players and utilize his draft class. Even Tyree Wilson, week to week, getting better. So, like, hey, I'll respect Raider Lux, but I got to clap back with that. I don't think Ziegler is ass. I can't really put blame on Dave Ziegler. And I put more blame on McDaniels underutilizing Dave Ziegler's draft class than Dave Ziegler. He's drafted Nesta J. Silvera. He's drafted Trey Tucker. And Trey Tucker is looking like he could be a dog in this league for this offense. Again, underutilized. He drafted Zamir White, underutilized. Britton Brown, didn't even see the field yet. Dylan Parham. Thayer Mumford. The thing is, Lux, McDaniels is not utilizing his players. And if I'm Ziegler, I'm pissed about that. And could that be the reason, guys? Think about this. We have not heard from Dave Ziegler since I don't know how long. I don't know how long. We wasted resources on running back, and we still need one. We used resources on DT. We still need one. We use plenty of resources on offensive line, and we still need offensive help. F. Ziegler too. I hear you, Raider Lux. I do. But none of his draft have been utilized. None of them has gotten any game time, any burn. And I hope I'm right on Ziegler, but if he's bad too, yeah. Hey, Raider Lux, I agree with you. Get him out too. Get him out too. But the thing is, I can't really evaluate Dave Ziegler and his stand, his position as a GM, because his head coach isn't utilizing any of the players that he brought in. Dave Ziegler brought Devontae Adams for Derek Carr. Dave Ziegler took a chance with Derek Carr. Dave Ziegler took a chance on Darren Waller. Dave Ziegler took a chance on Hunter Renfrow. Dave took a chance on Josh Jacobs. Everything that the fans wanted, Dave Ziegler did. Now, is it his fault that the head coach is not getting it right and the players that he's brought back? Like, is it his fault Hunter Renfrow isn't being used? I know people look at, hey, Dave Ziegler, you overpaid Renfrow. We're not even using him. Is that Ziegler's fault? Because that falls more on Josh McDaniels than Dave Ziegler. And paying Josh Jacobs, hella fans wanted that to happen. Me, though, I said I don't care what direction they go in. If they pay him, cool. If they don't pay him, cool. I'm cool with any direction they go into. You pay Josh Jacobs, cool. We get the leading rusher of last season back. If you don't pay him, cool. We don't got to deal with the shit that he's doing now. AJ says, it's clear Peter's checked out ever since that light post. He really doesn't fuck with McDummy. And how could you, AJ? How could you, bro? I bet it pisses off the defense. They got to save this team's ass week in and week out. And it's sad that fans actually want that. And they throw the defense under the bus because they want this defense to save this shitty ass offense. They want them to save their ass week in and week out. Your defense can only do so much. Do people forget the Raiders dropped 34 points on the number one Niners defense with a backup quarterback? Your defense isn't going to save your ass every single week. There's got to be a point where your offense fucking wakes up and goes and scores touchdowns. It's been 7 fucking weeks. And I know I'm dropping F-bombs. I'm sorry, you guys. But it's been 7 weeks, and the Raiders offense has yet to score 19 effing points. 19 fucking points. Josh McDaniels, look at yourself in the fucking mirror and get this offense fucking together. I'm sorry. I apologize, you guys. I apologize. I apologize for getting loud, you guys. That's not me. I'm just, it's fucking exhausting watching this offense and expecting so much from this offense. So much talent. Devontae Adams, Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow, Trey Tucker, Josh Jacobs. I know I called them out, but they're not scrubs. They can play. What the fuck is the problem? Why we can't score 19 points? What is the problem? And it points back to Josh fucking McDaniels. Sean Johnson. Dave Ziegler is not ass. It's not his fault. McDaniels doesn't want to play what is being given. Thank you, Sean. That's what I'm talking about. And Raider Lux, you're right. There still are weakness, but they're playing better. Like, the thing is, here's what I searched up, and I think I actually screenshot it. I don't know. Let me see who posted it. This is the offensive line from this Bears game, you guys. Colton Miller, 0 pressures. Dylan Parham, 0 pressures. Andre James, 0 pressures. This is the one thing that I will knock on Ziegler for. Greg Van Rotten, 4 pressures, 1 sack, 3 hurries. Jermaine Illuminor, 1 pressure and a quarterback hit on 31 snaps. Thayer Munford on 34 snaps, 0 pressures. Seems to me Dave Ziegler's doing his job. It's our fucking head coach. And that's my opinion. I think Dave Ziegler is doing a good job, at least bringing in the players. It then goes down to these coaches being able to utilize these players. And so far, Josh McDaniels is the only one that is not utilizing the players. Patrick Graham seems to be getting Tyree Wilson up to speed. Could you imagine what Patrick Graham could do with an Amari Burney, maybe Nesta in there, next to Max Crosby, Chris Smith? Like, think about that. We have yet to see Patrick Graham use all of our rookies on this defense side of the ball. Sean said it best. Tyree had his best game yesterday in that shit show. He had 2 sacks. No, he had 1 sack. I went back and seen the stats, Sean. He had 1 sack. He did have a strip sack. And I think he had a quarterback hit. And he had an 89 PFF grade. And he's getting better and better each week, Sean. Now, Raider Lux, I would agree with this I would agree with this. Because I think I don't know if I could be wrong. Maybe you guys could correct me. Does Dave Ziegler have a say in this coaching staff? Because if that's the case, then yes, he gets a blame on this coaching staff. And you know what's funny, Raider Lux? You know what's funny? What if Ziegler's not saying anything? Because he know, like you said, he knows the system. And he's yeah, like I get it, but it's still his job at the end of the day. It is Ziegler's job. Like Raider Lux, let me ask you: if you guys are best friend, your best friend is the head coach. Are you letting him take you down with? Are you letting him to take you down with him? That if he gets fired, you're getting fired too. Are you going to let that happen? Because I think Ziegler won't let that happen. I think Ziegler is going to be sorry, bro. I'm gonna stay here. I got a family to feed. Because here's the thing: if McDaniels and Ziegler get fired, they're not finding another job, and it's even going to be harder for Ziegler because of how hard it is to find GMs out there. And most teams already got their GMs for the foreseeable future. And McDaniels, on the other hand, you're not finding another job. And Ziegler, you may not find another job either if you get fired. So I think Ziegler is more going to save his ass than ride with McDaniels. And you know what's crazy, Ray Deluxe? I do look on that. I do look on that too because, again, Brandon Bolden not being utilized. And then you go put in Hoyer. Raider Rob, maybe. Maybe. But the thing is, the players that Ziegler's brought in, I got no problem with it. Besides the ones that Raider Lux has brought up. Like, and that was last season, you guys. This offseason, to me, I think Ziegler did a fantastic job. He got McDaniels to pieces, and for whatever reason, McDaniels can't figure it out how to utilize those pieces. Because that's what I'm looking at. I gave Ziegler a pass for last season because he traded for Devontae Adams, and they gave up a first and a second round pick. So he didn't have a draft class to really work with, let alone a true offseason to go look at free agencies and free agents and scout the entire season. We gave him one offseason, this past offseason, and to me, Ziegler did a fantastic job. And I don't think it is Ziegler's fault that McDaniels can't get his head out of his ass. And yeah, you guys, let's cut it with no disrespect here, guys. No disrespect. And Raiders Primos, come on. No disrespect, you guys. Let's keep it civil. We can agree to disagree. Let's keep respect. Van City, I know you my guy, bro. Let's try to keep it civil, okay? Andre Baker or Banker. I did not agree with everything Gruden said or did, but damn, we had a lesson 2021 and scored points. Hate talking about the past, but scoring 1 or 2 touchdowns suck. Andre, it's all right, bro. That's how you feel, man. That's how you feel. Van City, Butler, Jenkins, Epps have all played very well. Mayer has flashed huge. Tucker has flashed huge. McDouche hasn't played. Nesta or Bernie. Tyree's coming along. It's not Zeke's fault. These guys aren't playing. And I like, yeah, or being coached properly, like you said. And Ray Deluxe, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought it goes to the head coach because doesn't the head coach have the final say? And that's where, again, I'm throwing Josh McDaniels on the bus again then. Be a fucking head coach. Why the hell did you draft these guys if Patrick Graham don't want to play them? Because that's what I'll tell Patrick. Why the hell we draft these guys in? Why the hell we wasted draft picks if you're not going to play them? Like, answer me that. You know, like if I was McDaniels, I would look at Patrick Graham and be like, why are we not activating these guys? But the thing is, McDaniels goes along with it. I don't know, man. Sean says, Minnesota Vikings, Danielle Hunter will leave week 7, leading the NFL in sacks, up to 9 sacks in 7 games. Send a second and a third, and I saw him playing inside, so he does defensive end and defensive tackle. And you know what's crazy, Sean? If Ziegler doesn't make a trade, that's the thing, guys. You know what, Lux? If Ziegler doesn't do a trade, then get Ziegler's ass out of here. Get his ass out of here. Van City said Dave and Josh were brought in as a unit. Josh picked the staff, I'm sure, or most of it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and hit the bell so you guys are not missing any future live shows. You guys are not late to them. You guys can voice your opinion as you guys are doing tonight. I appreciate you guys pulling up. This live sucks, you guys. It really does suck. But I love that I got passionate Raider fans that are voicing their opinion. Because I need to talk about it. And I'm sure you guys need to talk about it. Because what we seen yesterday, embarrassment. When Brian Hoyer threw his second interception, the camera panned to Patrick Graham in the booth, and he looked down and started shaking his head. Not only is he losing the players, but the coaches as well. Wow. Bro, AP, I didn't even see that because as soon as I seen the Bears player pick it off, I turned off the TV. AP. I'll be honest with y'all. As soon as I seen that second interception happen, I turned my TV off. So I didn't even see that, AP. Lex said, I get you, Primo, but also players will not want to play under the Patriot way. What if that keeps players away from us in free agency? And Lex, you may be onto something. But I think that falls more to Josh McDaniels. I think players don't want to play for Josh McDaniels. Now, if Ziegler, because I know there's speculation out there, that Ziegler would try to keep that Patriot way here. I don't know. And if he does, get him out. If he doesn't, could be benefit for us. I can't say that, AP, either. I can't say he sucks at contracts. Maybe Chandler Jones, yeah. Hunter Renfrow, yeah. But the Hunter Renfrow contract is only ugly because we have a head coach that don't want to play Hunter Renfrow. And the Chandler Jones contract is ugly, but Ziegler didn't know Chandler Jones was going to lose his shit. Ziegler gave us an out in the Derek Carr contract. Ziegler is giving us an out in the Jimmy G contract. Ziegler has signed Jacobs to 1 year. Then I guarantee after this year, he ain't signing Jacobs to a long-term deal. Ziegler has saved our asses with the contracts. Do they look ass now? But yes, they look ass, but that falls on McDaniels once again for not utilizing guys like Hunter Renfrow, guys like Darren Waller when he was playing. But Ziegler even got us out of that Darren Waller contract. So yeah, I can't even say he sucks with contracts either. Like I said, and maybe I'm giving Ziegler the benefit of the doubt. It's just McDaniels has shown me more to not trust him than what Ziegler has done. Ziegler has shown more that he could, if the right coach is here, Ziegler will give him the pieces. Ziegler will make the contracts beneficial to the Raiders for the long term. And he will draft and get players in free agency that will fit the system that is here. But it comes down to the coach to utilize his players and make his players fit the system. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Raider Lux, we are. We depressed. We're gonna start fighting with each other because we depressed. Hey, that's how our family is. You know, we get depressed, we start fighting each other. We start fighting each other. Yeah, I would like Leonard Williams. I wouldn't be mad at that either, Raider Lux. I wouldn't even be mad at that. Van C says, I really, really feel for these young rookies, man. One of the biggest adjustments in college is college to the NFL, and the biggest part of that is coaching. That's not Zeke's fault or his job. And yeah, that's my thinking of it too. You know what I said, Van City? If Aiden doesn't get any play this season, and we expect him to start next season and be Patrick Mahomes and blow up the NFL, I don't think that's going to happen. And if he shits the bed next season, Aiden O'Connell, that's McDaniels' fault. That is McDaniels' fault. You failed Aiden O'Connell. You failed him as a coach. You failed him. And I say that, and I know most people will put the blame on Aiden, but games like yesterday is a reason you start Aiden. Games like yesterday is a reason to prevent Aiden from having a terrible start to his career as a starter. It is games like yesterday you play the rookie. Why are you playing Tyree Wilson for? Other than he's a first-round pick, why are you playing him? Because you're trying to – Ziegler said it. We're going to develop these guys. Tyree Wilson's the only one getting developed. Michael Mayer is getting a little development here and there, but still not involved in the offense. Trey Tucker, again, not involved in the offense. Amari Burney, healthy scratch. Chris Smith, healthy scratch. Nesta Jade, healthy scratch. We'll see, Raider Rob. We'll see. Because I will say Ziegler being quiet, it don't make sense. He's being too quiet. For real, me too. Me too, Raider Lux. For real, man. Shout out to Carlos. He said this regime has to go 102 million on offense and can't score more than 20 points. This is year 2, not year 3. Mark needs to hire a GM that hires the coach. No motion, mobile quarterback. Look at what the Bears did. Carlos, and like I said, I credit the Bears because the Bears did exactly what they were supposed to do. And the Raiders just seemed like they were unprepared. They seemed like they didn't show up yesterday. The Bears did exactly what they had to do. And it only worked because the Raiders looked unprepared. Maybe Raider Lux. That's up to Ziegler. And yeah, Van City. This is Van City. That is the one reason why I'm hesitant of firing Josh McDaniels. I want him fired, but I'm hesitant for that reason. Because we fired Josh McDaniels and we really trust Mark Davis to go find all of a sudden he's able to go find a, competent coach that works out for us. All of a sudden. Raider Lux. Let's be honest. Aiden will most likely be our future backup for whoever we draft next year. The NFL has evolved. We need players that bring in that extra spice. And I agree with you, Raider Lux, but we haven't seen enough in Aiden to really say he would be our backup. And like I said, we should still draft a quarterback next year. We should still draft a quarterback next year. Because if Aiden ain't it, hey, you got your rookie quarterback. You got another rookie quarterback that you could develop. I said it since we even had Carr. You draft a quarterback year in and year out in case your starter is fucking up. And if Aiden is messing up, it goes to show that it's going to go to show, is it Aiden or is it the coaching? And either way, you draft a quarterback next year and either Aiden backs him up or that rookie quarterback backs Aiden up. Either way, get a quarterback on a rookie deal, build this team out, but you need to change head coaches. I think like we're 3-4, you guys, and it feels like we haven't won a game. Like that's how big this loss hurts. Feels like we haven't even won a game, you guys, and it sucks. It sucks. Van City, we have to give Aiden a shot. That's on McDaniels. And Van City, you're right. Like, think about it, you guys. We drafted him in the 4th round. If you don't give Aiden a shot, and if that is true, Raider Lux, that he is going to be our future backup, then why the fuck draft Aiden in the first place? Why are you going to draft a backup? You draft a quarterback in the draft because you think he could be the future starter. And that it doesn't always got to be a first round quarterback because there's quarterbacks in the league that 2nd rounds, 3rd rounds, 4th rounds, 5th rounds, 6th rounds, 7th rounds, undrafted that we've seen in NFL history and even in today's NFL that it doesn't matter where you draft, it matters who you draft. And we don't know if Aiden is that who that we needed to draft. One game isn't going to tell you. 2 games aren't going to tell you. I said when Jimmy G goes down, Aiden gets a shot. And Jimmy G didn't go down once. He went down twice. After this second time, I was like, you give Aiden the shot the rest of the season because Jimmy G can't stay healthy, and you better not send Brian Hoyer out there. What did Josh McDaniels do? I'm going to send Brian Hoyer out there. Please explain to me how that makes sense. Because, Brian Hoyer at 39 years old, he needs all the development. He needs all the development in the world. He needs, all the reps he can get. And AP, like, bro, I hear you, man. It does scare me. I don't want to do this either. I don't want to be in the Patriot way. But the thing is, I see that Ziegler did more good than he did bad. He brought in players that are actually benefiting the team. They can lead this team to wins. What's holding this team back, you guys, is Josh McDaniels. That is what's holding this team back. Now, the Patriot way, could Ziegler still try to do that? I'm going to tell you, AP, I don't know, but I would rather take a risk in finding out and keeping Ziegler than letting Ziegler walk. And we get a GM and we go back to we can't bring any players with talent to the Raiders organization. Go get Ed Dobbs and Ben Johnson. Hey, I wouldn't even be actually AP. That is a good backup plan. If you fire McDaniels and Ziegler, that is a good backup plan. I take it. Sean Johnson has sent me footage on Ben Johnson and his play calling. Bro, no wonder why the Lions are considered one of the top offenses in the league. Ben Johnson that is a smart offensive-minded coach. Ben Johnson is a smart offensive-minded coach. I would not mind that, AP. Raider Rob, if the season ended today, we are sitting at the 11th pick. We have to see what we have out of AOC because Jimmy cannot be relied on. I think that's what you meant, Raider Rob. Best ability is availability. And you're right, Raider Rob. And you know what's crazy? Jimmy G still has a winning record with the Raiders. And if he somehow wins against the Lions, he'll be 4-2 with the Raiders. Can you guys think about that? Like, if Jimmy G somehow wins on Monday, he will be 4-2 as the starter with the Raiders. That's mind-blowing to me. Gonna get more of these comments in. Dave Ziegler worked with Shannon Waldron and New England, but many, many, many years ago. And I really don't see Zeke doing the Patriot thing. Shane comes from the Pete Carroll coaching tree, who's been one of the best. Hey, he got Geno Smith to win Comeback Player of the Year, I believe. And Raider Lux, I don't think this is the only system he knows, though. Because like Van City said, he got a little bit of the Pete Carroll coaching tree because he worked with Shane Waldron. I think that's how you say it, Waldron. But I don't think it's the only thing he knows. But like I said, me personally, I'm willing to take the risk in finding out than letting Ziegler walk, or we go get Ed Dawes and we go get Ben Johnson. Hopefully, Mark Davis has some sense, and that is who he would go after. Raider Luck said, hire a GM before a head coach. We need a head coach who fears his GM and not Mark. It's more likely Jimmy G throws a pick and gets injured before we win against the Lions. Lux, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. And then we're going to see Brian, 9,000-year-old Brian Hoyer out there again. Ziegler hasn't had a full deck of cards yet. First year, he gave up the offseason for Devontae. Then he was handcuffed to $43 million in dead money. Can you imagine Dave with a full deck of cards? And Van City, that is exactly what I'm getting at. I want to take a risk on Ziegler rather than taking a risk on McDaniels for that exact reason, because for the little that he's had, he has done a lot than what he's had. And I want to see when he has the full tank at his disposable, I want to see what he can do. Raider Rob, Jimmy had playmakers all around him and a defense to help save his ass. With the Niners, tired of the he's a winner comparison. Shannon system runs through the run game, which we haven't had, Raider Rob. We haven't had. Oh, Raider Lux, I got one even better for you, bro. I got one even better for you. It's been 13 games straight that a Raiders quarterback has thrown a pick, dating back to last season. 13 games straight. A Raiders quarterback has thrown at least one interception. Well, with that being said, you guys, thank you guys for rocking with me I know I was having internet issues, so I know the video probably wasn't the best, but thank you guys for rocking with me. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Please think about hitting that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you guys anything. Come party with the Boricua party every single time that we go live. Anytime we drop a video, come party with us. So hit that subscribe button. Hit the like on the way out and hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything. On the way out, Raider Luck says all our quarterbacks have more picks than touchdowns. That is sad. I seen that. AP said, I just want a young initiative head coach that the team will fight for, like a Mike McDaniel, D'Amico Ryans, Robert Saleh, etc. AP, we're not going to get that until McDaniels is gone. And we may not even get that even after he's gone, because this starts at the top with Mark Davis. Mark Davis is the one that has to do this. Just by firing McDaniels doesn't guarantee us we'll get a head coach like that. This is if Mark Davis wants that. And right now, I don't know. But with that being said, you guys, again, thank you guys for rocking with me. I know it was an ugly video, but appreciate every single one of you guys. I cannot express that enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have an amazing rest of your night. And I'm going to leave it with this. I'm not having a lot of optimism with this Monday game. Like, I'm going into this week expecting nothing. I'm expecting nothing. And I think that's how us Raider fans, we need to start being, is expecting nothing. Don't get the hopes up. And I agree. Raider Nation, boycott the hell out of Mark Davis. Hurt his pockets. Don't show up to Raiders games. Don't buy anything from Raider Image. Like, let's not support a shit show. Raider Nation, let's not support a shit show. With that being said, y'all have a blessed night. Peace. Love y'all. We out.